Hello, and welcome back to week 3. So, this week we're going to be diving into some pretty powerful topics just to kind of help you get a clearer vision about the kind of life and career you want to build. And so, these topics include designing your life and your personal work view. So, start with Design Your Life. So, this is based on the work of Bill Burnett and Dave Evans, who came out of the world of design thinking at Stanford. So, you'll watch a TED Talk where Bill walks through 5 steps of designing a meaningful life. These steps aren't about creating this perfect 10-year plan or having all the ideas. Instead, it's just kind of there to encourage you to stay curious, try small experiments or try things, and embrace this idea that there's more than one right path. I shared with you all when I started undergrad, I would have loved to go into the medical field, but science wasn't my thing. So I had to learn how to pivot into a different helping role. And I also shared that I've really enjoyed all the jobs that I've had so far, but I'm still looking for like this right fit for me. So you might have this idea in mind of what the right career path is for you. But once you get into it, you might find that things change. So, this idea of designing your life, it shouldn't be unfamiliar to you. It was first introduced to you in Biz 240. So, the approach is easy because you don't have to know what you want to do forever. You just have to start this designing, testing, and learning. And that's how your growth happens. So, alongside of that, we're going to be working on exploring your work view. So, this is more than just listing, the kinds of jobs you want or, what salary you're hoping to earn or the industry you want to be in. It's looking at deeper questions like what is work for? Why do we work? What makes work meaningful or not meaningful? So you'll take a look at some of these bigger questions. And I understand that your answer will be personal, but there's no right or wrong thoughts here. It's just to get you thinking about, this American way when we introduce ourselves to people. It's what do you do for a living? And so identifying like, why do we work? What is this purpose of all of this? So I just want you to take time to reflect on, how this thought is deciding for you or leading to decisions down the road when you're, thinking about that job offer and evaluating the benefits, thinking about grad school, kind of thinking about what kind of company you want to work for or what type of environment is going to help you thrive. So, this week's assignment is to write your own workview statement. So, as you write, don't worry about making it sound perfect. Just focus on being honest and thoughtful. Your workview is something that you're likely going to revisit and revise over time. So, let's just get started right now. When you're designing your life and working on your workview, you're simply shaping the kind of meaningful life you want to build. So, understanding your values and what work means to you is part of your long term satisfaction, that life satisfaction that we started diving into last week. So, you're going to be watching the videos, engaging in the prompts as usual. And then there's one more additional assignment this week, and that is your community networking plan. So, at some point during this semester, I want you to attend an off campus networking event. And the goal is to help you to continue building a personal and professional network. So, you think when you've been in school, we've been requiring you to go to the career fair, requiring you to go to club events, requiring you to go to networking events. No one's going to require you to continue networking once you get into the business world. And so I want you to see the value in continuing to build these networks, whether it's for your professional endeavors or personally. So remembering that networking's not just for job hunting, but it's going to be a part of your life and your career long term. So this assignment is just for you to plan an event that you want to attend. So start thinking about what you might want to do, look at dates, does that fit into your schedule, and plan for an event this semester. So, a lot of people think that networking stops once you get a job, but in reality, it's when it becomes more important. You're building strong relationships in your industry or your community that can lead to new opportunities, mentorship, collaboration. Um, Honestly, it's been some of the most rewarding moments in my career so far is going to professional development opportunities, to conferences, and talking with other people. It's also been really powerful for me to join book clubs for my personal growth and networking, to find people who are like minded and like reading the same things I do. So it just is going to continue happening even after you leave college. So let's get in the habit of starting that. So think about where you might want to go, who you might want to learn from, and utilize this assignment to step outside that comfort zone and connect with some new people. Again, you never know where those conversations might lead. So I don't need you to have everything figured out this week. This course is about that exploration and staying curious and, taking things one step at a time. You are doing great this semester. Keep up the great work. And I will see you next week.